Hi, welcome to North London Allotment on another cold January morning. Right, I've actually finished work for today, so that's why I've just put my coat on, because I was doing some hard manual labour and I don't want to get cold. It's quite a funny morning. It's my first trip down for 9 days, first since Storm Brendan, who has ripped chunks off my shed. So I'm going to have to, I don't know, do I have to refelt the whole thing? Oh, such a little shack. This doesn't really seem worthwhile, but I don't want it to leak. So what do? Have a look at the picture I've put up and tell me, please. And I got here and I saw the chunks, like the roof felt was like on the path. And I just looked at the plot and I felt overwhelmed. And normally when I come here, I'm happy. This is my happy place. But today it felt almost depressing. I felt like there's so much to do in so little time. And the weather is not helping. I've been desperately trying to get more done like throughout the autumn and winter, because last year I lost spring to flu, though I have had my flu jab this year. And I can't. There's so little I can actually do with the earth, with the soil, because it's just thick clay. So I wasn't feeling great. So what I decided to do was just at least do one job, do it well, and then I've done something. And actually what happened is I've turned what felt like a bad day into quite a good day now. So I'm just going to give you a little show of what I've done. I didn't want to film while I was doing it because I was in quite a bad mood and I wasn't sure I was going to make a film today because I was just like So I will show you what I've done and show you how I've turned feeling overwhelmed by a 10 rod plot into a feeling of achievement. Well, for me at least. Have a look. So you may remember this compost area. Originally completely covered with grass. Then I got some horse manure, which I put here to rot because it is a compost bay, and it was covered in, like, had grass seeds. That annoyed me. So I've been thoroughly annoyed by this area ever since, the beginning. And I covered it with some black plastic, thinking I'll cover it, kill everything off. The black plastic degraded. I've literally filled this bag with bits of black plastic. It's all in there. Some of it came off in big chunks. Some of it I had to scrape up the soil because it had become really small, and it's just the sun had basically broken it down. So what I did after doing that, used up my cardboard stash to cover it. You can just see there's a bit of cardboard peeping out there. And then probably at least four barrows of wood chip is over the top. So there should be nothing able to grow through that now. And what this is going to be is butternut squash. I'm going to have other squash down the other end of the plot, but this is going to be where I put butternut squash. And because there was that horse manure there is that kind of goodness in the soil. So I did that, and since I was on a roll with wood chipping, I carried on. So I put some more against here where the grass was peeping through, and then you probably never noticed it before, but it was a really messy area. I've covered again with the last of the cardboard and wood chipped this bit here. I've done my exercise for the day, you can say that for sure. There were quite a few barrows of wood chip lifted today. And then, I don't know why I did this, probably because I moved these bits of wood off the compost area. I decided to put a little fence around my herb garden, and I think it looks rather nice. There we go. And that's what I did today. So we didn't start great, but I do feel I've done something. I feel I've achieved something. And what I really did, because this is all too much, I kind of almost ignored everything up there. Like there's onions that need weeds, there's like grass, I need to pull it out. I can't face it today, so I've concentrated on this area. A bit like I did when I first took the plot on in July 2018. Do a bit and make it look good and gradually work down, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So I am going to have to weed those onions at some point, and just so I feel like there's something beautiful, something looks good, and ignore the weeds. So even a bad day can be productive. I hope yours is going well, and I hope you started with the optimism that I was missing. And until next time, have a good one. Bye bye.